Hello everyone, I'm Dice. Yes, same Dice, different hair. And to let you know, this is going to be a much more relaxed video compared to my last one, which was the Danger Gal Dossier rundown. When it comes to these Cyberpunk sit-downs, they're a lot more chill. But if you still want to watch the rundown, look above. It's either here or here, I don't know. I don't know the angle at which these videos come out yet, okay? On to the topic though. I'm not going to beat around the bush with these. I always like to keep them short. And of course, we're talking about the Cyberpunk tabletop game here, so when I say Cyberpunk, you at least know what I mean. If I talk about any other Cyberpunk media, I'll differentiate, so don't worry, I'll keep you on track. Now, when you're getting involved in Cyberpunk itself, let's face it, once we make a character, we want to know how they look, or find something close to how they look to show them off. You'll be going around through, online images, you'll maybe using software, or maybe even hire an artist to sketch something out or even full-on draw them. It's one of the fun parts about making a character and making them feel just that little bit more real. I mean, I remember back whenever I was deep into D&D, when Black Desert Online came out, the amount of people who used that character creation system to make their characters from D&D was nuts. And it's still one of the craziest character creation systems out there, so if you go digging, you may be able to find some of these old pictures right around release. It was really cool and a very fun little time because everyone was asking about all these little tips and tricks. It was fun. And this video is actually going to be around that same vein, just so you know. Because nowadays, we have a ton more resources to do this. I mean, we have different software, we have games we can pull from, and today, I'm talking about two different things I use to get characters the way I want them to look, or at least use them in my games, or even make NPCs. Now, the first one is kinda obvious. It's Cyberpunk 2077. I mean, really, this one's a bit of a no-brainer, but when I get done explaining how to use it this way, you'll catch on to why folks who have it on PC have it so good when it comes to getting a character the way they want them to look. Now, in Cyberpunk 2077, the character creator, it's awesome. I mean, I remember all the little meme characters that came out around release, but people have used it to an extreme extent to get characters to look exactly as they want, and if they can't do it with what's base in the game, that's when the mods come in. Odds are, if you want a specific style and it's not in the base game, check Nexus Mods. Someone's most likely already made one. The amount of mods on that site just for fashion dwarfs everything else. Even the gameplay stuff doesn't hold a candle to how much work people have done to make their characters look badass. And trust me, there is actually a whole community around this kind of cosmetic modeling and virtual photography. I mean, take a look here. These are looks that I can't even come close to, and I've been messing around with the game mod-wise for about 2 years. And another note too, 2077 is a gold mine for GMs. Just even walking down the street, you can see many people walking by. Stop, turn, screenshot, boom, you've got a token and an NPC for a future game. Or go to town and make which ones you want. There's actually whole collections out there of tokens made for virtual tabletops using NPCs from Cyberpunk 2077. It's a really good resource if you can track it down. I do believe it's on Reddit, and if I can find it, I'll link it down below too. So that way, if you need it, it's there. But yeah, it's not really a far jump, is it, to go, well, of course the Cyberpunk 2077 game works for Cyberpunk Red, it's the same universe. Well, yeah, but you also gotta remember there's about a 30-year difference you have to keep in mind, because Cyberpunk Red, 2045. Cyberpunk 2077, if you can't figure that one out, I'm sorry. Now, I did say there are two options I was going to talk about. The other, well, if you've come by and seen me stream it, you know how much I like it. Hero Forge. And I'm going to be honest too, Hero Forge does have a bigger base of stuff for, fantasy things, but the sci-fi things they have, you can do some pretty fun stuff with. But one thing that really helps out is the virtual tabletop I use, at least one of them, the 3D one, which is Talespire, actually allows me to directly port my Hero Forge character into it. And it does it automatically. I just gotta buy the mini and boom, I have my actual mini. So getting the actual style of a mini done and getting your character there and getting it in the game, it's just good. I mean, the way that's set up is just nice, clean, and simple, which is really all you can ask for when it comes to getting the style you want. And trust me when I say, there is some crazy stuff you can do in it when you really get used to Hero Forge. Take a look here at this Atom Smasher mini. That's all I gotta show and say. I am nowhere near on par as the creator of this mini. And if you want to know where I got the mini from, there is actually a gigantic library of minis on this site. So even if you can't make it, go find it. You pretty much will find what you're looking for if you just know what to search. Now, before I wrap up here, elephant in the room time. AI art. Simple put, I don't like AI art. I don't like using it in my games. I accept that my friends do like it, and I accept they do use it, and I also accept that AI uses a tool in the proper way for the proper people is a good thing. But for me, I just don't really like AI art, and I don't like using it because to me sometimes it feels like instead of getting exactly what you want, it's a best guess and then you settle for something that may not really look like what you had in mind. But some people do like it, I accept that. And I also know that some GMs out there use it for tokens and, character art. I get it. And I'm not sitting here trying to talk down to people who do it, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than you, because everyone's got their own ways at their own table, and they got their own preferences and methods. That's why I'm just showing you guys 2 of my own preferred methods instead of AI art. Because let's face it, no one's really better than anyone, and we're just all kind of playing this hobby together. It's not like we're trying to run for political office here. And if y'all know some other good resources for this, let me know. I'm actually open to find out some new stuff to use because, yeah, for what I use, I dig it, but it's one of the cool things about doing this YouTube channel is finding new stuff and getting to use it. But yeah, as far as the AI stuff goes, that's a whole debate I don't have the energy to do. If people want to talk about it in the comments, go ahead, but you may not see me join in, and if y'all do start talking about it, no fighting. Please, just save me that, no fighting. But yeah, that's all for this Cyberpunk Sitdown, and if you want to know some of these virtual photographers and the methods they use, I'll actually link the ones I use because, let's face it, I'm going to give proper credit to something really cool in this video if I can. This way you can find them, and if you have questions, you'll be able to see, and you'll be able to see a lot of their work, and some even make their own mods, so if you're curious, there's your way to go check things out. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Take care, everyone, and I hope you find yourselves a good table.